What's up guys, Gunsaguna here bringing you another episode of our GM Mode series for the Colorado Avalanche in NHL 14. So in the last video we completed the draft for the year and we managed to pick ourselves up a prospect defenseman. This video we're going to be looking at re-signing players and also adding anyone from free agency that is available. So just very quickly going to show you the defensive guy that we picked up down here. He was, which one was he? This guy, Hayden Fleury. It's 4 gold stars. You can see he's only 50 overall, so definitely not NHL ready yet, but hopefully a few years in the minors and he can step up to be an important member of our team. So just going to go through here. As you can see, we've got a lot of people to go through. I will be releasing anyone that didn't contribute to our team last year. So just kind of using it as an opportunity to thin up our roster, make some spaces available for anyone we do want to re-sign. So keep these guys. Hudwick, we didn't use him, he can go. So you can see there's a lot of players here with just the like 2.5 star potential that just aren't going to make any influence on our team going forward. So rather than keeping them on the payroll, it's best just to let them go. It's quite annoying how it just jumps to the top every time, so you have to scroll down the list, but there you go. Shouldn't take too long. Walker, he can go as well. Okay, so Barry's definitely staying. Elliott, yeah, O'Reilly. Zeno, he can go. Riley, Westland, Ernie, Rachel, and these are all unsigned down here. Okay, so let's sign up the players we want to be doing here. So Bork, any of these prospects, you know, if they're 3.5 star or more, I think they're worth adding. So it's Gerstein. You know, entry level deals, they're not going to hit our salary cap too much, so that's fine. Fleury, there we go. And Adam Ernie, definitely want to sign him. And last but not least, this Rachel as well. Okay. So let's just go back up to the top here. So Gilbert will leave for now because I'd imagine he's going to be a big contract. McLeod, we can release McLeod. I think we can find another tough guy if we need him. He's not important. He's not critical right now. Mitchell, I will renew, but Mitchell along with McGinn, I don't want to offer too much money to, and I want to also keep the contract down to 1 year, so that when our prospects come up, we're not stuck with a contract that we're paying for those guys. Downey, yeah, we give him 3 years at 2.4. That's fine. Okay. McGinn, as I just said with Mitchell, we are going to bring that down to 1 year, and take that all the way down to 1.9 or 2 million, because he wants 2.3 there. So we'll try 1.9 to start with. We're going to be as stingy as possible. You know, as a GM, that's what we've got to do. 1.95. There we go. We want to get them for as little as possible, save on that cap space. Tyson Barry, definitely going to bring him along for another few years. Part of that defensive core last year that did definitely get better as the season went on. I think Thomas was Tom Gilbert rather was a good addition to that. Stephen Elliott will hopefully become part of that defensive core in the in the next few years. There we go. Ryan O'Reilly. So definitely want to be signing Ryan O'Reilly. We'll go 3 years on him. 3.35. Like I said, we could try these. There's plenty of time left in free agency. We can always renegotiate if anyone doesn't want to sign. It's fine. Entry level deal. I think that's all. So we'll advance up here, and then we can make a decision about what we're going to do with Gilbert. And it's taking a bit of time to submit here. Obviously, we offer quite a few. Mitchell, Downey, so begins rejected. Okay, so O'Reilly, Bowie, Elliott, Michael, Early, Bork, Fleury, and Gerstein and Westland. So just begin. What did I offer him? I did 1.95, so let's just go 2 million. He's pretty tough guy. He's good defensively, so he's good to have for that third, fourth line. But just don't want to be spending too much on him. So I think I went 1.95, so I'll go 2. 2 should get the job done. Hopefully, anyway. Okay, so that's going to leave us with about 9 million. So let's see how much Gilbert wanted for a year. 4.6. Okay, so let's bring that right down to 3. Let's start off 3.9. See if we can get him signed for that. Okay. Obviously, every saving counts when we come to free agency. Okay, so he didn't want to quite accept that. That's fine. So a bit of negotiation here on it. Maybe he'll accept 4.1. Don't really want to go too much more than 4, really, because otherwise I want to be keeping ourselves at least over 5 million. There we go. So he's signed. Okay, so cap space there's 7 million, which is good. Oh, I didn't check keepers actually, so let's just go into keepers. Jaguar will release him. Thank you for your service, though. Oh, Varlamov is restricted. Let's just quickly sign this guy, and then we'll look at Varlamov. Entry level, that's fine. He was our second round draft pick. Varlamov. Negotiate new contract. Okay, so he wants 4 million. We could probably sign him for about 3.7, but that's still quite a bit. 3.7, and we've only got 7.1, so because he's restricted, I'm going to leave him. Go up to free agency here and see if there's anyone in here that we can maybe pick up on the cheap, or see if there's anyone else out there with kind of little trade value that we might be able to pick up. No, that's fine. Continue. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be a keeper out there that we can sign. That's going to be, a better deal than Varlamov is. Okay, so potential here, Dansk. So we can sign this Dansk guy anyway. We want to make sure we get him 4-star potential. It's pretty good. So 3 years. Let's give him 0.85. Let's have a look at these overalls. So there's not actually a whole load here. I thought there'd be a bit more, to be honest. Leland Irving. No, he's okay. So that's fine. Let's go into all skaters and see who's in free agency. Okay, so Ryan Callahan. I don't think we really need to add him. His contract's way too big. Hazy, no. Rigger, Alexander Steen. He's obviously lighting up the NHL at the moment. He's available. Second line. What's his? Ooh, I love that defensive category. Look at that, 86, 87, 87. I always like a player that can defend as well. His shooting's decent. Good skating. His puck skills could be a little better, but they're still pretty good. And senses, you know what? He could be an option because we have Tanguay. I mean, he was our top point scorer last year, Tanguay, but he's 34, and we could maybe even use, if we sign Steen, we could maybe use Tanguay as bait to bring in another keeper, or if there is a keeper who's available cheaply, then you know that just beefs up our offensive line. So you know what? I think I might go for Alexander. So let's just go down here, see what else there is. Nielsen. We can Igidla. Talbot. So there's a few guys down here. But nothing that we hugely need. On the offensive line, you know, we're kind of okay. Let's have a look at defensemen quickly. See, like they all want big money, and then you go down here, and you got your old guys then wanting, you know, 37-year-old wanting 3 years. No. Anyone of any potential? No one of any potential. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for Alexander Steen here. It's 84 overall. We might not get him. There's a lot of teams interested. So obviously we do want to get him. We've got 7 million. If we go for a keeper, we might have to move. I think this guy, you know, he's as good as Tanguay and he is younger, so it just gives us an extra couple of years before people like McKinnon and Ernie and that are all better. I think Tanguay's maybe got another 2 or 3 years left in him, and that might come a bit early for some of our rookies to be kind of like the top line player. So let's just see, we could give him a big 1-year deal. No, let's. I don't want to overextend because we are close to salary cap. So if we don't get him, we do still have obviously Tanguay. 4.65, and how much do we? Sorry, just before I commit to it, 7.1. So that would leave us with about 3.5, which is fine. That is fine, and also obviously, if we moved, I think Tanguay is on about 3.5. So if we moved him, that's fine. We can always. I mean, it's not a huge contract, so it's always something that we could probably move later on if we need to. Now, that might not be the best move. You guys might be thinking that I'm being a bit blinded here by the fact that he's doing so well in the NHL, and to be honest, I might be, but I don't. You know, you look at the other second line guy there. You know that he's wanting nearly 6 million, Ryan Callahan. So So there we go, we've got that Oscar Dansk signed up. Just keep simulating up here. And there we go, Alexander Steen, he's accepted our offer. So he is now on the Colorado Avalanche. Okay, so what I'm just going to do here now very quickly is GM options, contracts. So there we go, we have 4.2 left. So let's see very quickly now if we can sign ourselves a goalie. We've already got the block set up from before with Ben Bishop last year, so we want a 4-star keeper, hopefully. So that's fine. So plenty of results here, sort by overall. Okay, so we've got Steve Mason, Philly, or Eddie Lack. Both kind of very little trade value. I think I'm going to go Eddie Lack because I think he is younger. Let's just have a look here. They're the same age. Steve Mason, he's an 80 overall. Eddie Lack, 77 overall. He is slightly less trade value, so let's try Eddie Lack first. I think Bishop will be our starter, so this is more just someone to come in as a backup. They're willing to give him up as well, so that's good. So he's hardly got any trade value, so let's give up these guys over here, which now they might not take these guys because they but I'm just trying to do this first because it basically doesn't interfere with the salary cap. So you'll see here, just to show you, all just 2.5 star guys. We're never going to use them. I used 3 stars. 2.5 stars. So they probably won't accept it, but you know, Eddie Lack's trade value is very, very low. Execute that trade. There we go. Feel guilty saying yes. It makes no difference to me because we really didn't need those players. Maybe I did overextend. Maybe I only needed to give 2 rather than 3, but that's absolutely fine. So we can now go into the contracts and offer Eddie Lack a deal. Negotiate new contract. So, oh wow, we could offer him 8 years for 1.4. Yeah, okay, we'll give him that. And that will take him all the way up until he's 34. That should be fine, you know, we can always move him. Maybe that's a bit long. Maybe we'll just go to like 33. 1.345. 1.325. Okay. So let's advance up here. There we go. So he is signed for us. Okay, so I'll leave that here now for this video. And in the next video we will simulate all the way up to the start of year 2 so we can see everyone's jumps, make a decision on our lines, and then get season 2 underway. So if you've got any recommendations on who should be, maybe if there's anyone else we should be looking to add, then obviously do just let me know in the comments. Is there any particular players that you'd like to see starting or on our roster this year? Then obviously let me know as well. Should we be starting our rookies, letting them progress in the NHL, and maybe accept that we might not be a playoff team this year? Do we continue to go for the playoffs, extend on last year, and keep letting the prospects grow? So do let me have your thoughts and comments. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I will catch you later.